Okay, hear me out. Bruce might be onto something here, and I know some of you will think, you're getting ahead of yourself because of this 1-0 win. But after this video, you will see where I'm coming from. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. But today we are talking about Bafana Bafana and 9 talking points from the game that we won against Sierra Leone 4-0. Now, I want to jump straight to it. I think one of the things that could be key to Bruce's success as a Bafana Bafana coach is the fact that his attitude yakhe is not like instantly affected by ukuthi osbanban bathini or the critics that are speaking against him, because yena uyazi ukuthi isystem yakhe and what exactly does he want to do. And we'll touch on this later on masesikhuluma ngoThemba's one. But one of the things that we saw ecishe qualifiers for World Cup was the fact that he just chose youngsters. He just chose players that we had not seen playing for Bafana Bafana before, not the players that we're used to ukuthi indawo yabo is secure. They always have a place in the team. Even now, one of our better players, Upesitao, is not even being called Bafana Bafana. There were times where ububona ukuthi ayisekubizwa oSerrero ngisho singezwe ukuthi benzani phesheya, but because uSerrero bebizwe esquadini. But under uBruce, we have seen ukuthi there are just these new talents that are coming out of nowhere. Okay, there's such a player kanti was South Africa, and then we're like, oh, okay. So it's that thing, your good approach is different. He's not really interested in trying to please abantu. Lo muntu lo usegroome people like abo Kevin De Bruyne, abo Vincent Kompany. We know how good those two players were for Manchester City. And if you look at the squad sanamhlanje, you had 3 players from the Pirates, you had 3 players from Sundowns, you had 3 players from overseas, and then 2 players from one Sekukun and the other one Chiefs. And I have no problem with that. If Pirates players are playing well, then they should be included in the squad. If Sundowns players are playing well, they should be included in the squad, because honestly, I'm a South African before I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. And I think being in another country has also made me realize ukuthi I really care about my country, and it just makes me love my country even more. Anyways, move on to number 2. Ukuthi this thing yabantu vele, they've been complaining about how coach insists on playing umdawu. Not playing umdawu and instead playing umobi ahead of umdawu. And that's where I say, okay, nami vele personally I prefer umdawu over umobi. But there's something else that is said to ukuthi against Botswana on Tuesday, he will be playing a different squad. So I think maybe Umdao could play in that game, and the other reason could be ukuthi there's something that he sees that we don't see. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna give him a benefit of the doubt in that part, and then move on to number 3. Ukuthi I feel like Tina as fans, one of the things that might affect or that could affect, because umuntu na eventually he hears such things, ukuthi most of us are more loyal to our football clubs rather than the country itself, and it affects some of the things that I will talk about towards the end of the video as well, because some people will say how, for example, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, asulo ukuthi how yini uDupree engangenanga early, Bafana Bafana bad, and people don't see that, because when we're analyzing team selection kwi Bafana Bafana, we are looking for our own players. I know that because kwamina bengihlezi ngimona if ngibona abadlali beChiefs bengekho, and manje I can't complain because I know ukuthi the standard players eChiefs vele is there kwi Bafana Bafana. But still, if bekuthiwa uSekhota was benched, bengizo understand that, because what I want to see happen kwi Bafana Bafana right now is the team succeeding. It's not Kaizer Chiefs players shining, because it doesn't help if we're trying to push agenda ukuthi kumele kudlale Pirates or Chiefs or Sundowns kwi Bafana Bafana. The best players should play for the national team, period. Ayikho lento ukuthi kumele zama ukuforce izinto that engekho basically. And then number 4 is uMayambela, the guy that I didn't even know ukuthi udlala eCyprus apparently. And There are two things about him, three in fact. The first one is that he does look like a decent player with confidence, who plays with confidence on the ball. And the second thing is not a so nice a nice thing, is the fact that I feel like it's either was trying to be overly impressive, and because of that ubegcine umosha amabhola, afuna ukudribula ngabe uyaphasa yabo, ufuna ukubambelela ebholeni for too long. But ke maybe naye I can give him a pass because it was his debut game. And what offended me about him, this offended me. I know we get offended easy these days, but this thing offended me about Mayambel. Uthemba Zwane scored a goal. And he's a big player, he's a big name player, he's a well-known player, South Africa, Mshishi, blah, blah, blah. Not in a disrespectful way. But he scores a goal, he celebrates. Even when he scored the second goal, he celebrated. And Modiba, when he scored a goal, he celebrated. And then uvelo orange, there was no emotion, there was nothing. Uvelo ayewokela nje, like it's just a normal thing. Do you understand ukuthi this is your debut? It's your first match ever for your national team. And when are you telling me ukuthi you're not gonna celebrate? Mbappe was playing in a friendly against Bafana Bafana, but when he scored a goal, was celebrate because you are representing your country. I think that's what should be said even when we're happy. Listen to this, because if you're not gonna, if scoring a goal for your national team doesn't touch you, doesn't move you, doesn't make you want to celebrate, then that means even when the team loses, you won't feel anything, because kumele ngabe nje wonke umfana odlala ibhola okhule emncane, ngisemncane I was thinking, hey yabo nje ngidlala Bafana Bafana, thinking ukuthi this is what I would want to do mangathiwa ngiyakora for Bafana Bafana, make a tackle, make a goal line clearance. But yeah, there was no emotion, and I did not like that. It really did offend me. It did. Anyway guys, if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and please like the video as well. Azameni ukuthola some 500 likes guys. Come on, let's go. Can see you pushing. And then number 5 is Uthemba Zwane. I think I should have saved this one for last. I wrote it as point number 5. I think Uzwane, I wrote on Twitter as well, I think it's not only his performance that impressed me, it's also his attitude. The fact that countless times you've not been selected and people have been talking on your behalf about how select, and I even came out here and said on this channel and said, Aibo, maybe I'm selected because vele he was over 30 and itarget yakhe ukukhulisa labafana abancane. But the fact that Uzwane has come in and has played professionally, efukuze landa ibhola, ephasa, ethunga ibhola, esupporta, all that, that's good. That's what we want to see. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, but as I said, I'm a South African before I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. Lenta yenzile mfethu ukuthi he played, he was professional, he was happy even when he scored. Bengekho ukuthi avale indlebe ukuthi athi ngiyabona whatever. He performed and he showed ukuthi he respects the coach, he respects the decisions. And this speaks to my next point, because I can talk about performance Zwane the whole day. It was just brilliant. It was brilliant. Even though coach said Zwane wasn't good, he was very good. I think there is a lot of respect, and there's something that this is my point number 6. There's a lot of respect, and there's something that Upros has done with the players, because one of the things that happened, Uguti, Ronwen Williams even went to the coach and said akanikeze intwana la, I forget ukuthi bani konje, the goalkeeper othole debut yakhe namhlanje nengixolele. But Ronwen Williams, even the camera imkhomisile ehambe ukhuluma no coach ukuthi hayibo, you can give intwana a chance ukuthi adlale, you can change the keeper, and wamshintsha. And having those vibes kwi camp yakho and doing that, shout out to Ronwen Williams as well. Doing that, it just shows ukuthi there is this healthy, there are healthy vibes going on in our national team. And if we can continue with that, then uzobona Bafana Bafana can qualify for AFCON and can go deep. And for the next World Cup, we then have a chance. Speaking of having a chance for upcoming fixtures and whatnot, I didn't know this. Point number 7 ukuthi kahle kahle the reason why Bruce chose Liberia was because he chose Sierra Leone is because apparently they play ibhola elicishe lifane nele Liberia. So this was more like a rehearsal for a game ye Liberia, which I think is brilliant ukuthi we're not just picking friendly for the fun of it, but we're doing it strategically because there are certain things that we're trying to achieve. Against France, we know he was just trying to measure ukuthi how far have we gone in preparing, and then France exposed us. And now against Sierra Leone, there's a specific thing that we're testing. We're testing ukuthi how are we going to play against Liberia. Against Botswana, he will be testing new players. So that gives more meaning to these friendlies, man, because we know good, okay, there's a purpose for a friend, like it's just a friendly. So big ups to Bruce for that as well. And then number 9, okay, kahlahla u10 lama point. Bengithi ilel point ngizolifaka ngale. Number 9, indaba ka Modiba. When I saw him play, it just reminded me ukuthi uyazi this player njalo usezobhentshisa uTerence Mashego. Even if he doesn't get benched by uTerence Mashego, uzobhentshisa uTerence Mashego, which just underlines the point how Sundowns is destroying Ebola lase South Africa, because one of our very good left backs, both who are international players, uTerence Mashego no Modiba, one of them will not be getting a game time, and we need to have both for a national team. But ngiyawuba-ke bazobe behlele eteam eyodwa bebhentshisana. There's a good possibility ukuthi one of them will never play for a national team again because they will not be getting enough game time in their team. Ngidlule lapho ngiyele ku number 10 ukuthi attendance, it was disappointing, Shem. And I know abanye abantu bazothi I know vele it's F&B, so even if there are 20,000 people it's gonna look empty. But hear me out. Let's say there were 15,000 fans from the Chiefs, 15,000 fans from the Pirate, or 10,000 fans from the Pirate, 5,000 fans from the Sundowns. That's 30,000. And then 10,000 fans from all the other teams. That's 40,000. Now, let's say stadium soon 90,000. That means now we at half capacity. That looks much better. However, I do think with better performances, fans will start going to stadiums, because we even saw it as the match progressed, when we're scoring, when we're playing better football, fans started singing, fans started being excited. So yeah, all those things will be fixed as long as Bruce continues with his plan aqhubeka execute kahle. Guys, what did you think of Bafana Bafana's performance against Sierra Leone? Let me know down on the comment section. I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Albelo Moya.